All right, we need to have the age-old conversation. Grenades in Halo need to be rebalanced. This is a topic that has been around in this community for years. Even pro players at the highest level have spoken of their dislike of how grenades work in Halo Infinite.
How bad are nades in this game? Actually, they're pretty bad. Alright. Nades are pretty bad in this game, man. In terms of just, like, being super oppressive. It's just like, I don't know. The real main thing that bugs me as much as anything, or anything else in this game that just seems so shitty, is that, Killmonger, thank you for the tier 1, is that even if you're down, like, 2 shots, like, even if you engage somebody, even field, full shields both of you, and like you get first shot, it almost doesn't matter if like the intention of most people is to just look at their feet to bounce a grenade. And it almost always hits and it almost always does more damage than you being up like a shot. I feel like it just changes the pace of a gunfight literally instantly. What do you change about nades? A, they shouldn't home in at all because they do slightly home in on people. And B, I think they do not need to bounce nearly as far as they do. I swear, you look at the ground, if you look like straight down and then just a little bit up, that nade will still just soar out. Doesn't make any sense.
The issue with grenades in this game is actually pretty simple. For starters, this game has magnetism on grenades. For those that don't play Halo, that means when any grenade is thrown your way, the game auto-attracts grenades to you even if it's a poorly thrown grenade and not even next to you to begin with. Someone can miss their grenade on you and it will be pulled to you regardless. This includes someone missing with a plasma grenade, which for those, again, who don't play Halo, plasma grenades are sticky grenades. Someone can miss with a plasma grenade and it will be pulled into sticking to you even though it didn't land you at all. You'd be sitting in theater mode, rewatching that clip over and over again. If you're a content creator, you'd be showing your Twitch chat, like, look, it went right past me and got pulled on me. Like, it's an annoying thing, but it's also a funny thing. The other issue with grenades is damage, ease of access, and blast radius. Grenades in Halo are oppressive and pretty much ruins the idea of gunfighting. I jokingly call Halo a grenade per shooter or a grenade throwing simulator because there are so many grenades and there's no cooldown in how many grenades you can throw secondly. So basically I'm saying if you throw a grenade, there's not like a delay or a slowdown on throwing another grenade. You can just throw them non-stop and just live out your grenade happy life. You'll see a clip in this video where a guy I'm fighting is just panic throwing like a motherfucker. Like he still dies. He loses a gunfight. He's obviously a bad player who, you know, is in a bad position. He's just chucking grenades out of like fear. But this way of playing the game, just throwing as many nades as possible, is simply more prominent than actually firing your weapon. Halo's grenades have a fairly big blast radius, but it's also a very inconsistent radius, so judging your movement to avoid a grenade can be spotty. You might get nuked if the second grenade is thrown, or the grenade might be a dud and not do any damage to you at all. You might take half damage, you might take an inch of damage, and you're like, yo, that grenade's my freaking feet, and it didn't do anything. It's that inconsistent. And then there is the damage. Grenades pretty much put you at one shot if you get hit by one at full health, or even if it's barely near you. This isn't Call of Duty. You are a super soldier and you're wearing like armor. These grenades aren't anti-Spartan grenades. They're just basic run-of-the-mill frag grenades that the UNSC supplies all the Marines with. But even comparing Halo's grenades to other games, grenades in Call of Duty are more survivable and balanced. And before we get that conversation of they're grenades in real life, grenades do. This is a video game, not real life. If you want to see what grenades like in real life, go sign up for the army. I'm pretty sure the Army Marines looking for recruits. Have at it. Otherwise, this is a video game. Shut up. Anyways, it's not uncommon for developers to nerf grenades. In Battlefield 2042, grenades were broken. Like, you could carry a lot and they did crazy damage. With so many narrow corridors in the game, it made for insane engagements. But it wasn't just the grenades that were a problem. There was a character problem. Sundance, my baby girl. I love her. But she was broken. Sundance has a character ability where she spawned in with 4 grenades, and these grenades are called scatter grenades. Grenades which you could switch to doing what you needed them to do. Scatter grenades for infantry, anti-tank grenades for vehicles, and anti-air grenades for, obviously, the air. This on top of the normal grenades you could have in the game. Sundance also got access to the regular frag grenades, you know, C4 and things of that nature. The Sundance meta took 2042 by storm. Everyone was primarily playing Sundance for the most part, and it made the game hella unplayable unless you really like Sundance, forcing DICE to make a change. The first being a nerf to all grenades across the board. Blast radius and damage got nerfed by DICE. The second update that they added to change the grenades was they lowered the number of grenades anyone could carry. And then a Sundance nerf. She only spawns in with one grenade now. Her grenade ability is on a cooldown, so you have access to more than one over time, but you can only use one. So once you use that one, the cooldown starts, and you get one back. You'll never get more than just one grenade. And when it comes to the other grenades, you carry less grenades in general, as well as they move some things around so you won't have access to as much explosive while just playing only Sundance. They also removed her ability to have anti-air grenades. So again, they nerfed her into the ground, but she's still very playable, so it's not a big deal. This was a developer noticing that they had a problem, and they set out to fix it. What about Rainbow Six Siege? This is a game way more realistic than Battlefield, Halo, or even Call of Duty, a game where every single firearm can one-shot if you land a headshot. Well, even Siege has gone through a few grenade overhauls. Grenades in Siege were always a skill move. Anyone could throw a nade, but the really top tier players, their uses of them took skill. You had to know the time on how long you cook them. You had to get the angle in throwing them right. You had to have the opposing player's location right. You get anything wrong, you kill yourself. You get anything wrong, the grenade explodes before it gets to the player. The grenade wasn't cooked long enough, so it lands at their feet and they run away. And also at the same time, you're not just using grenades in Siege for doing damage to players, using them to manipulate the map or utility in whatever way it helps you and your team. At first, grenades had a lot of damage in sizable radius in Rainbow Six Siege. Then Ubisoft nerfed the radius, and then they nerfed the damage. And after some changes, you had to be even more accurate with grenades. Then Ubisoft removed the ability to even cook grenades, which the community hated. The other nerfs the community were generally fine with, because grenades in any game should be a complement to gameplay, not a crutch of gameplay, as it is in Halo. The reason the community was upset with the recent change to grenades where they removed cooking is because grenades are more than just a killing tool, as I mentioned before. It's the utility. You use that cook timer to destroy walls, destroy doors, destroy barricades, push a bandit player off the walls that he's trying to bandit trick on, land a cook grenade from below to destroy opposing utility, like bandit wire or anything that could be a problem for you. Point I'm trying to make is other FPS developers understood and understand grenades cannot be oppressive. It's bad for the game. No other shooter has magnetism grenades, just Halo. This does play a role in why Halo's player base can't grow. Us Halo players, we're used to this. We're used to the grenades, and grenades have been insane for a long time. But new players, they experience this or watch a stream, they lose any interest in playing Halo and stick with the other shooters because they don't want to deal with this style of grenade usage. For me, I'm a competitive person, and as a competitive person, I want every engagement to come down to a skilled gunfight or good team play, not grenades just being nuts. If I get outgunned, I literally say GG. I don't care if you're on the team. If you outgun me, you get a GG from me. I'm a very good sport. I play a lot of shooters. I play CS, Valorant, Battlefield, Rainbow Six, Gears of War, Apex, etc. I play every major shooter that exists. None of them have grenades like Halo. Some of them, grenades aren't even really a thing. I know it sounds like whining, but the conversation has to be had for developers to know they should make changes. DICE made changes at the player feedback. Ubisoft made changes at the player feedback. Ubisoft recently was a bit heavy-handed with removing grenade cooking, but at least they are trying to rebalance the grenades. Another thing to always remember is every developer in every game in every genre has data. They have statistics, they have numbers that show them what's going on with the players and how they interact with the game. So they know what's in need of some rebalancing, and changes to likely different 3 knows that they should probably rebalance the grenades. They just haven't done it. As I said, grenades should be a complement, not a crutch. For me in Halo, I use grenades to create separation when I'm in a bad position, I'm outnumbered, or need to escape. I use them for separation. I also use them to finish someone off who was hiding after I got into a gunfight with them. Let's say we're in a gunfight, I have them low on health, they try to dip, I'll throw a grenade to finish them off. I also use grenades to push enemies off objectives. The goal here is to get kills, the goal is to give my teammates time to get to an objective and to remove the enemies from that objective, however way it goes. Only in one of these situations is a grenade being used to kill, and that's the one where it's used to finish the job. not throw a nade at my feet and pray it kills the enemy or lowers their health enough for me to get a one-shot kill on them. I love the way grenades work in Gears of War and Rainbow Six because it took skill. And because it took that skill, getting a grenade kill in those games makes grenade kills feel satisfying. Grenade kills don't feel satisfying in Halo because they're broken. Even in pro play, the crowd, Twitch chat, and commentators always have a good reaction in games like Rainbow Six Siege and other games that have a more skill-based level when it comes to grenades. Whenever there's a good skill for grenade play, the crowd, the commentators, everyone's reaction to it is insane and massively impressed because of it took skill to do that. Nobody's impressed when grenades are too strong. No one's really interested in seeing a game where grenades are broken. They're not impressed by it, because it's not dependent on skill. Anyways, you get the gist. Grenades don't make me turn off Halo. This isn't a video where I'm saying Halo Infinite is an awful game and it's awful because of grenades. I'm never going to play this game again because of grenades and grenades. That's not actually the point of the video, even though the point of the video is that they should rebalance grenades. Halo Infinite right now is a very good game with some issues. It has issues with desyncing, connection, hit reg, audio, and matchmaking. Grenades are annoying, but for Halo players, they won't make us stop playing the game. Those things I mentioned just now will. Those things are more important than a grenade rebalance. This long video exists for developers to see and consider changes, but also as a mouthpiece for players who are annoyed by grenades, which includes pro players, as the clip at the beginning of the video showed. Again, there are more important things to fix in this game than grenades, but the conversation should still be had. I just want a fun game with respectable engagements and integrity. Check out Fabian's recent video, Modern Gaming, the Casual versus Competitive Conundrum, to get some more talk about, integrity in game design. For now, that is it for me. I'm going to run some games of Halo, pop some heads, and enjoy my day. Y'all have a good day. Y'all stay safe. Be kind to one another. I've been your boy. Follow me on Twitch. Link is below. I'll see you when I see you. Be good. I'm out. Deuces.